Okay, so we are back with this weird monstrosity of cool shit. And I want to start talking about what I like to do with this kind of stuff sometimes. And I think a really cool thing to do now that this has dried, is to show you what I was talking about before with giving some strength to the back of your paper. So, we're going to take this and I'm going to turn it to the back. Okay. This is some thin paper. I want it to kind of buckle because I like that about it. You know, it gives it a crisp feel, and sometimes I don't, depending. But this is what I'm going to talk about now. So we've got this piece of paper. Now, some of the things we could do. We can use some regular paint, like this Blick paint. It's like an acrylic paint. We can just cover the back of this with a nice big paintbrush or a roller or something, or one of these spongy guys. Or even just like a rag, you know. Slap it on with your hands, man. I mean, that's a great way to do it. I like to get my gloves full of paint because I think it looks kind of cool, and then I use them when I paint, and it just adds so much character. These are somewhat new. They were actually socks, and I just started like, they were feet socks that you put your feet in, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted those. And then I was like, oh my God, it's like my foot's in jail. Each individual toe is in jail. I don't like it. My toes want to mingle. They want to get together, you know. It's like a prison for them, and they can't get together, and that's just wrong. So I decided to make them into gloves, and that's cool. But let's get back to this. So, other things you can do. Yes, you can cover it in paint that's just white. You can cover it in all kinds of colors of paint, actually, because that, you know, gives it a background. But keep in mind that if it's a darker paint, and don't use an ink for this or a marker because it will leak through. It could show up on the back. Now you might like that because it'd be kind of interesting to show the marks of what's on the back because it kind of does some cool stuff. But a white is a good thing to go with, and also you can use duct tape, which I've misplaced. You can use a glue stick and little bits of paper that you have mixed paint on or done some things like in a book like this just to fill it up because the emotions got to you and you're like, I just want to paint. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to paint. I'm going to make potions here. It's going to be magic. I don't fucking know. But anyway, you cut that stuff up and you use it, and it's really cool. Things from magazines, you know, important school books. Just kidding. You know, here's something I painted on and mixed up some paint, and it's so cool. And it's just like some construction paper. This is what I mean about the buckle. That, you know, it's cool because it's just awesome, you know? And then you can like take something like this and just rip it up. And, you know, you can use some household glue, some like, you know, or some rubber cement. I like using rubber cement because it's nice. There's no wrinkles in it. It's real quick. It holds things down real good, and that's cool. So whatever you're gonna do something like this. You're gonna cover the page in this kind of stuff. Okay, and you know you're gonna cover up some area. Sometimes you just want to rip up pieces and like, you know, create whatever area on this, and then glue it all down with a glue stick or some glue or something, and it's gonna give it a stronger background, a stronger foundation to continue to do the rest of this if you want to add stronger paints to it or whatever. And a lot of times I'll do that ahead of time. Just fill a book with backgrounds or white paint or whatever, just to give it the strength so that I can paint over it and not have marks. And these are cheap because they're thinner paper and it's cool, so you can use whatever. You can use something with lines in it, like I've said before, and just fill these babies up with stuff. And the thing is, later on, you might draw over those things that are on the back. You might create something out of that. Don't knock it, man. Try it. So here we go. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this now, and let's see what happens, shall we? I just kind of wait for it to dry for a while and do something else.